Hey guys, welcome back to my backyard. So I've been seeing a lot of videos recently discussing high density planting and how many fruit trees you can fit in a backyard. And my goal when I started my garden was to grow as many trees as possible around the edges of my backyard while still keeping the middle open for my kids. I never really thought about spacing in terms of feet. I just planted trees by eyeing the space and have actually never measured the distance between my trees. That being the case, I figure it's now a good time to do some measuring. I've said this way too many times before, but I'm pretty sure I'm done planting new trees, although I'm thinking about replacing my Jamaican cherry since the size of that is getting pretty out of hand. I'll show you that in a bit. Now, when doing high density planting like this, it's important to keep in mind how big the trees will get on their own and how much pruning you want to do. So I'll be discussing that as I go along. So let's go measure. All right, so we'll start over here. This is my first tree over by the side of my house. This is my Honeykiss mango. And what I got here is first I'm measuring from the distance to the newly planted clusia hedges. And going that way, I've got almost 8 feet, about 7 feet, 8 inches. The Honeykiss should stay pretty small. I'm hoping to keep that like a big bush, kind of like the Pickering. The Honeykiss is known to be a prolific producer on a small tree. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's go measure it, see how far it is from the house. So distance from the house now, we got 8 feet, 5 inches. So that's good. Almost in the middle, but a little bit further from the house, closer to the hedges, which is exactly where I wanted it to be, which is some great positioning there. I think I should be good with 8 feet from the house. Let's go measure it from the next tree. Over there is my Jaboticaba. So next is my Jaboticaba. This does not get very big at all. This kind of grows into just like a big bush, which is why I planted it pretty close to some other trees here. But for my Honeykiss mango, we got exactly 9 feet, which is definitely far enough, because show you next how far it is from my coconut cream mango. It's much closer to that. Let's go check that out. So Jaboticaba to my coconut cream mango, exactly 6 feet. That's a little bit close. I'm hoping that the coconut cream kind of grows over it. Trying to keep it away from my house. See how close the coconut cream is to my house, but kind of keep it away, going over that way, maybe a little this way. So try to prune this in that direction. So now the coconut cream mango to my house is just over 9 feet, maybe 9.5 feet there. So I think we got plenty of space there. Now, you can see how big my Alfonso is. That's definitely the farthest because that's the biggest. And when I planted all these new ones, I saw how big that already is. So let's go see how far that is. So my giant Alfonso mango, which I'm definitely going to be pruning back big time after I pick the last mangoes. I think this is probably the closest, although maybe that Sapodilla, I'll go measure that next. But my Alfonso mango to my coconut cream mango, we got about 14.5 feet there. So that's probably a good distance. I think that's where I want to end the Alfonso branches. I'll let the coconut cream branches go meet it. We got 14 feet, so 7 feet each way. Like that spacing. All right, let's see what's next. All right, so now I got the Alfonso mango to my Macaque Sapodilla. Macaque is supposed to be a dwarf variety, similar to my Silas Wood, which I'll show you in a sec, which is a little bigger. This has not produced fruit, so it should still get a little bit bigger before it fruits. Let's see how far this is. This is just about 13 feet. Probably could have planted it even closer because, again, I don't really want the Alphonso to get so much bigger than it is right now, and I still got a good amount of space between them. So let's keep going over to the Pickering mango. All right, so between my Macaque Sapodilla and my Pickering mango, let's see what we got there. That's about 9 feet. Thought it would be closer. 9 feet should be plenty. Pickering should be small, much smaller than the Alphonso. Although I think this grows outward. You could already see how it's growing outward already. But even if it grows a good 4 feet out, 5 feet out, it still should have plenty of space between the Macaque, which is also should grow small. Finally got some new branches coming out of here. Looking good. All right. Next is my Mamey Sapote, which could get big. It's taken a long time to grow. Mamey Sapote, got about 10.5 feet there, almost 11. So again, I think that's plenty of space. This could get really big, but it takes a long time to grow. I also just recently put some of these little pineapple crowns. Do something with this little space back here. Now that they took out my huge ficus hedges, I feel like I have so much space. These used to be, the ficus hedges used to go right up to where this fence is. And now I feel like I got a lot of space going back. I'm gonna try to keep these new Clusia hedges trimmed thin to give me some more yard space. So next here is my Silas Wood Sapodilla. Got a lot of fruit off this already. See all this new flowers coming in. This thing is a powerhouse of a tree. It's always making fruit and flowers. And this is also a dwarf. It shouldn't get that big. Be 6 or 7 feet round. So let's see what we got between here. All right, so between my Mamey Sapote and Silas Wood Sapodilla, we're at about 11 feet right there. So did a pretty good job kind of spacing them all out kind of evenly, so far at least. And then recently I just put in this new little starfruit tree. Now I'm hoping to keep this starfruit tree small because this is going to be pretty close to each other. Let's see what we got there. Now first thing I'll show here is between my Sapodilla and this soursop. Let me go turn this around, because this is what I originally had spaced. And the Silas Wood Sapodilla should stay pretty small, kind of a big bush. Soursop kind of grows thin and tall, doesn't really branch out much. So there I got about 13 feet. A little bit under 13 feet. So I thought I could put the starfruit tree right in the middle. Maybe pushed it back a little towards the hedges now that I have more hedge space. And I'm about 6 feet from the Sapodilla. And that means almost 7 feet from the soursop. Maybe add another foot since I pushed it out a little bit. But I'm hoping to keep these all kind of small, kind of big bushes, like 6 feet round maybe. I'm not really worried about them touching each other. So that's kind of my plan. And then here in the corner is my Jamaican cherry tree. This thing is growing out of control. I'm not sure what to do about this. I planted it in a spot that I didn't think would do well. All the way back in the corner, there used to be a massive black olive tree here that we cut down, kind of growing in the roots of that. If I take this out, maybe I'm thinking about putting another soursop tree there, but I've already trimmed this back a lot. It's almost touching my soursop, almost touching my jackfruit there. It is pretty far back. See what happens there. Let's go measure it. So distance here from my jackfruit tree, it's growing nice and tall, not too far out, is we got about 10 feet. There's plenty of space, except this Jamaican cherry tree just grows crazy wide. These branches are just crazy. So I got the space to put something there. I'm just not sure about the massive roots of this tree. Let's see, there's an old root. I mean, these are 6-inch wide diameter roots that are back here. So I might try to put something else here. Take this out. I mean, this is a prolifically bearing fruit tree. Just always has fruit on it. But I don't know. And then back over here, I got my coconut palm and then my set of bananas. Got about 10 feet there between my jackfruit and the coconut palm. And then just about 5 feet there between my bananas. Pretty close to my hedges back here. But these are kind of growing outwards. And that's my yard. Don't really want to put anything in because I want to keep my yard free for the kids. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Can I plant stuff between these trees? Maybe, we'll see. All right, thanks for watching.